They have a problem with Islam and Muslims in general. They want to show to the world and to the citizens here in Switzerland that we don't accept this kind of Islam. And the problem is they define what is Islam and what not. They put this narrative since more than 15 years that women with niqab are extremism, women with niqab are radical.
The people behind this initiative are not known here in Switzerland by their commitment to the cause of women. This referendum is launched by the same group as launched several years ago the initiative to ban the minarets.
Back in 2009, they used for the advertising posters women with niqab next to the minaret. So for us Muslims here in Switzerland, it was very clear from the very beginning that after the minaret, the next step will be to ban the niqab.
L'acceptation de l'initiative mettrait inutilement en péril la paix religieuse dans notre pays, sans compter qu'elle violerait des droits de l'homme garantis par des conventions internationales et qu'elle porterait atteinte à l'image de la Suisse en tant que pays attaché à la sauvegarde des droits fondamentaux.
They used the same thing. Nowadays, the women, 12 years ago, they used minarets, but the fine is the same thing. For them, they want to win elections. That's all. It's not a problem for the society. We don't have, actually, I think there is 2 mosques that have minarets and they do a referendum for it. So behind it, it's Islamophobia and racism and political ends.
The result is, a yes to the initiative. And I interpret this result as a reaction of fear towards everything who's coming from abroad.
It is not only ironic, it also reveals their true intention. It is not about covering in general. They just can't tolerate it if a Muslim woman decides for herself to cover her face of religious reasons.
Now they're telling us that, okay, we will ban the niqab, but they will ban the face covering, but it will not concern the hygienic masks. In this difficult period for all people, where the population needs to be united to face the health, economic, social challenges, this initiative divides our society and exposes non-existing problems.
It is not because they have real problems with the Muslims, so they want to solve them. No, they just want to show in a very aggressive way that we don't accept Islam and the Muslims here in Switzerland.
I am not aware of any attacks made by women wearing the niqab and using their niqab to do attack.
There's actually not one record that women with niqab got in any way criminal or violent. So this reason is totally abstract.
Initiative is unnecessary. It's also anti-freedom. It violates the personal freedom for the woman. The choice of dress is a basic right granted by the Constitution of Switzerland. The initiative uses women for political ends. So this initiative is unnecessary, in fact. It's called Anti-Burqa and Niqab Ban initiative. While according to our information, the women who wear the niqab are between 20 and 30 women.
I started to wear my hijab when I was 16, and until then I was a very good integrated Turkish girl living in Switzerland, and everyone welcomed me. Everyone said, "Oh, you're so good integrated, you speak such a good German," and everything was fine. And from the one day to the next, I was a total different person for them. They started to speak not German with me anymore because they thought I cannot speak German. So many doors were closed for me because I started to wear the hijab.
Many sisters have to remove their hijab before entering to their office to do their job.
I born and grew up in Switzerland. From this perspective, I don't feel like being a minority. But when do I start to feel that? When I get attacked because of my hijab, if I don't get the job I want because of my hijab, if people look at me very angry and when I try to speak with them, they ignore me. If this is your hometown and you have no chance to interact with the big society, you feel sad. In my experience, and I'm very open and I really try to get in touch with the society, but they reject me. They give me this feeling that they only can accept me when I act like they want from me. When I remove my hijab, I am welcome. When I stop to pray, I am welcome. But this can't be. I want to be accepted as I am, as a Muslim individual in this country, because I don't have any bad intentions. I don't want to change the system. I don't want the system following my morals and values. I just want to be treated like every other religious people. But when we see that in our federal constitution, we have an article specifically against the Muslims, how do I feel as a Swiss citizen and a Muslim? This is Islamophobia. Speaking about Niqab ban is Islamophobia. Putting us in a corner with extremism, radical terrorism is Islamophobia.
There are approximately 455,000 Muslims over the age of 15. According to our estimation, we are between 550 and 600,000 Muslims here. So our community represents about 5.5% of the whole population of Switzerland. It's clear it's not a problem of covering face. It's an attack turned against Muslims here. In addition, here in Switzerland, Swiss women's collectives called for a strong rejection of this initiative. A list of more than 100 female politicians also calls for its rejection. These women are not Muslims, but they know the reasons behind this initiative.
I grew up in Switzerland and I grew up with the knowledge that democracy protects the minority, that the minority have the freedom to practice their religion. So what we see now is that these Western countries are not holding up their values anymore because they are attacking freedom of religion. They are attacking the freedom of practicing their religion, so it's very hypocritical. What worries me a lot is that the Islamophobia is not only actions and rhetoric from the right-wing parties anymore. Even the middle parties are using the same Islamophobic rhetoric as the right wings. So that shows Islamophobia is in the middle of our society, and this should shock us that the European countries are not able to tolerate other lifestyles and religions as their own, so-called. I am pretty sure in 10 years we will speak about the ban of hijab here in Switzerland too.